Thank God everybody's okay. Thank God neighbors are okay. Our friends and family that were at the house are okay. As y'all know, my birthday just passed. It was on June 24th. That was Saturday. And this happened on Saturday, the morning of Saturday. We had a ton of people at the house, so the odds of this happening is kind of crazy, but I feel like we should get into the story real quick. So yeah, we're back with another story time. Probably the craziest story time that we've ever told on this channel, you guys. We would have done this sooner, but I had a ton of people at my house, like I said, for my birthday. It was a party the past couple days, and yeah. So it's Monday, this happened on Saturday. As you'll see in the title, you probably think, what the fuck? Yes, it's accurate. You never think something like this would happen, then it happened. And what's crazy about this too is, it's my 27th birthday. I know, I'm getting old, man. Okay, oh, 27. Shh. But they say that's the year. That's like the 27 club. Like that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, unfortunately pass away when they're 27.
Thank God you're still here.
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
babe?
I'm just saying, like, it's the 27 club. That's a thing, you know, or at least with like a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. But that's besides the point. Okay, it's the morning of Saturday. Okay.
It was like 10, 11 a.m.
10, 11 a.m. man. Like everybody's just waking up. You know, we're trying to get our day started. We want to leave. We have some things planned for the birthday, etc., etc. And we get a knock at the door. We get the doorbell ring. So we can probably insert that clip right now.
And under our kitchen thing. So we called the fire department, but you just might want to be aware.
The neighbor rings the doorbell. My boy, one of my homies, goes to the door, answers the door, and the neighbor said, as you guys just saw in the clip, that their house was on fire. And so he walks back in, and he's like, yo, dude, your neighbor's house is on fire. And instantly, I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you talking about? You know?
He said it's so casual.
Well, they said, if you saw the clip, like, she was so casual too. Smile on the face, like, all that, you know? And so he tells me, I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, yeah, your neighbor's house is on fire. I'm like, what? And so I go out back, I don't see no smoke. I go out front, just tons of smoke. Once again, I'll insert another clip right here, you guys. Their house was completely smoking, like gray smoke. You couldn't see the flames though, because the fire came from their garage. I guess, according to them, one of their cars caught on fire. And I'll get into that in a second as well. But once I see the smoke, I start freaking out, because I'm thinking, I gotta evacuate. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking a fire like that, when I'm seeing the smoke pour out like that, I'm thinking it's gonna spread. We live in hot Nevada. It's hot. It's like 100 degrees on Saturday. I'm thinking the fire is gonna spread. I don't know how fast the fire department's gonna get here. They did say that they called the fire department, but I'm freaking out because I'm thinking, oh shit, it's gonna spread to my house now. And so like I start freaking out a little bit. I'm looking around the house. What do I grab? I see the dogs are right there. Okay, dogs are right here. Where's Kimba? Langie and Mallory are upstairs. I'm like, babe, the neighbor's house is on fire. What did you think when I first told you?
Well, I was upstairs. I was like getting ready, you know, because we're trying to get all good for your birthday and all. And then I heard one of our friends was like, yo, your neighbor's house is on fire. I was just like, what? Fire? What fire? And then he came into the room. I was like, what'd you say? He said, your neighbor's house is on fire. And he was just like laughing, you know. So I was like, I had no idea what was going on. I just heard fire and I went downstairs. Everybody was outside in the front yard. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I go outside and I just see a bunch of firefighters and freaking big ass smoke coming out of their garage and their house. And I'm just like,
oh yeah. By the time Langie came down, it was, yeah. So they did, so the fire department did actually come really quick. Yeah. But in the midst of like finding out, looking outside, seeing it was on fire, seeing all the smoke and stuff like that, firefighters aren't there yet. I come inside, tell Langie, and I start freaking out. I'm looking like, what do I want to take? What can I take? What's the most valuable stuff in the house? You know what I'm saying? I'm like looking around. I look at the TV. I'm like, can I grab the TV? No, it's pretty big. I'm like, you know, those thoughts start going to your head. If there's anyone watching that ever, you know, had to go through something like that, fuck, man. I mean, we didn't quite have to go through something like that. But the thoughts were in my head, like, I have to evacuate. What do I grab? So I just want to say really quick, man, if you've gone through that, fuck, I want to say I feel for you, even though it didn't quite happen to us, but like those thoughts were going through my head. You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So then within a couple minutes, yes, firefighters start come, couple big ass fire trucks. The fire hydrant is right in front of our house. Yeah. So it kind of delayed the birthday a little bit, but that's the least of my worries, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Even though it is my birthday, I don't want to lose my house and everything in it, and you know, I want to make sure, obviously, everyone else is good. We got like a full house, bunch of friends and family are here. So firefighters pull up, man. They get to work instantly. I mean, there's probably 30 firefighters in our street. I might have another video, but I don't think I got a video when they were first here, just because, I mean, it was just
too much to like.
A lot of commotion going on, man. I mean, everybody's in the street, every house around us, everybody's watching, you know, tons of firefighters. They had the streets blocked off, all that. I talked to the neighbor too next door, and this is the first time I even met him. I've met his wife before, the one that knocked at the door, but I never met him.
They were actually the one that brought us cookies when we moved in.
Yeah, they did. When we first moved in this house, that girl that you just saw on the Ring camera, she brought us cookies with her 3 kids. And yeah, so I was talking to the husband, and I'll get to this in a sec, but this dude was way too chill.
Too chill.
Too chill about his house burning. He told me he just went to the store, he came back, and about 10 minutes later, he noticed his car, I guess, was smoking or on fire in the garage, and then I don't know what happened next, but then they had 2 cars. Both cars were like blowing up. There was like explosions coming from the house, from the garage and stuff, and I think it traveled a little bit, like above the house as well. I don't know if you could see in one of those videos, but yeah, man, it was crazy. It was a crazy start to my birthday. You know, you never think anything's like that gonna happen, and thank God it didn't travel to our house. Shout out to all the firemen out there as well, man. Luckily, the fire department is, I guess, basically in our neighborhood. It's a couple minutes away, so they got here really quick. But let me explain what I think happened. Now I know the neighbor told me that he just got back from the grocery store, and a couple minutes later his car caught on fire. Now that seems kind of crazy, right? Seems a little odd. You would think when you get home, like, the car would be smoking and you would have thought something of it, instead of just going into your house and then it goes up in flames. Now it's just conspiracy. I like to believe outside the box, you know. This probably is not the case, but I want to give you guys my 2 cents, because they were super chill. So chill. I mean, neither of them were freaking out. He kind of just sat there and smiled and waved, and he was just good energy. And maybe he was in shock. That totally could, you know. I'm just saying my conspiracy here, okay? When you were talking to it, wasn't he just like sipping on a sip? He was just sipping his coffee, watching his house burn, like it was nothing, you know? And I was like, what the hell? Like, this dude's got something. We all thought it, all of us. I'm not the only one that thought this. Yeah. Because if you think about it, if you know that the firefighters are close by, you know, and that your whole house won't burn, because it didn't. Their whole house didn't burn. It's just the garage, and I don't even know if it got into the house, but it looked like the top, you know, whatever room was above the garage. I mean, that whole part of the house is black, but I don't know if it got inside. I don't know what these houses are made of. Maybe they're pretty fire resistant, but his cars blew up, obviously, from the flames. But if you think about it, if you got good enough insurance, you could come out of that with 2 brand new cars, really nice cars. You know what I'm saying? Because the insurance would cover it, right? Now, I don't want to say that's the case, but you would think that if your car was smoking when you're on your way back from the store and you park in the garage, I mean, for one, why would you park in the garage if it's smoking? And if it started smoking after you turned it off and went back into your house, it just doesn't add up to me. You're like, what are the odds the car just catches flames in the garage when it's not on? Unless maybe he left it on, or there was a leak, or like, I don't know, man. I mean, obviously they'll find out how it was started, but I just have my conspiracies, you know. There's a lot of people out there that do insurance fraud. Yeah. You know, that's their way of making money. It's very illegal, and they finesse their insurance company with stuff exactly like that. But it's like, why would you do that when you have kids? You live in a neighborhood like this with the houses so close, you know, and I mean, it was just really weird how like calm they were. Like when she knocked on the door, she's holding her kid, she knocks on the door, my boy goes over there, and we see it in the Ring camera. She's just like, hey, our house is on fire, just wanted to let you know. She's got a smile on her face, like with that tone, like just imagine someone knocking on your door and just be like, hey, our house is on fire, just wanted to let you guys know. Like what? Especially when you have kids, you should be like freaking out. I would be freaking out. That's why I have my conspiracies. Now, I'm not, you know, it's just a conspiracy. So obviously I'm not saying that's what happened. I just like, it just seems everything felt very weird to me. But yeah, man, there was like 30 firefighters in the street putting this thing out. The fire truck was parked right in front of our driveway. So then when we want to leave, because we were getting ready. At this time, we were all getting up, getting ready, getting dressed, and then we were gonna go. We couldn't, because the fire truck trapped my car in the garage, so I wasn't able to drive my car on my birthday. Luckily, we had enough people here and enough cars that their cars were parked on the street elsewhere, so we all kind of carpooled in their cars. But it was like it's just so crazy. I'm like, damn, on my birthday, like,
we did have to wait a couple hours to be actually be able to leave though, because they did have the other roads blocked off.
This whole, the whole, because we live kind of in a cul-de-sac a little bit. But I mean,
I think we had to wait. Well, it happened for like what, 3 hours?
I think we waited about like 2.5 hours before we could do anything. But yeah, man, now the whole street is like, there's just black stuff everywhere in the street. I mean, it's ashes and stuff, and our driveway is all black and stuff now too, which kind of sucks because it's like,
what are the odds that it's our neighbor?
Yeah, our next door neighbor. You just never think, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, thank God everyone's okay and no one was in that house, and thank God it didn't spread to our house or the next house or any other houses in the neighborhood. You know, I know fires in I mean, this country, especially in California. I know we don't live in Cali anymore, but it's a big thing, you know. And
especially in the summer too, when it's really, really hot. You know?
Right. I was just I remember a thought dead ass went through my head. Oh, can I grab the TV? Like, I was actually thinking like that, you know. I just didn't. I've never had to evacuate when it came to a fire. I've had fires very close before, but not that close. Not next door neighbor. Not 20 feet from me, you know. So it was pretty crazy. And
it's scary because you just don't know what to think at the moment. There's just so many things running through your head. I was just like, oh my God, where's Mally? What do we do now? Like,
everybody's here. Do we all get a hotel? Is it gonna burn my house down? What can we grab that's valuable? We have the dogs, we have the cat. Oh, my fish will probably die. Like, you know, like, no, but like you know, that stuff does go through your head. So if anyone's had to go through that before, man, or if like you've actually had to go through it before, and when I say that, I mean like your house burning down. I can't imagine. You know, I really can't imagine. I mean, I felt like I was almost there. And even the thoughts through my head at that point was just, I mean, it was nerve-wracking and it was very overwhelming. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're okay. I know you saw the title, but it's pretty accurate. Our house could have burned down, man. Like, it was close. If the firefighters or if the fire station wasn't in our, like, if it was 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away, I think there's who knows really, you know. It could have easily spread. It was I mean, up in flames, and the cars were blowing up, and if one of those shot over to our house or something like, I mean, you really don't know. Fire is a crazy thing. So I mean, shout out the firefighters that put it out. And thank God everybody's okay. But yeah, man.
Thank God the fire just went out and you went on to have a great birthday, right?
Yeah, happy birthday to me, I guess.
Happy birthday to you.